welcome to my channel. I'm Naomi and this is Sew Nao. I'm also What Naomi Made over on Instagram. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's all about sewing here, and I thought I would do a video today to catch up on some of my makes from June and July because I haven't done one like this in a while. I've been really busy with, I had a collaboration with the rag shop, so I've made 3 videos around the drafting of a sundress and the making of the stages of the making. So that's on my channel if you want to check that out, but that was quite an extensive project, so I haven't been making as much as normal, and I've been teaching sewing locally, which has been really lovely. Really been enjoying it, so been a little bit busy, so not as many makes as usual, but yeah, I've really enjoyed the slowing down to take the time to draft and make something completely from scratch, which has been really nice. But yeah, I thought I would share some of my makes from June and July and show you some of the fabrics I've got, some of my plans, and share those with you. Okay, first up is the one I'm wearing, and this really doesn't need any introduction to the sewing community, I think, but it's the Zadie jumpsuit. I'm gonna pop a photo here. This is my second Zadie. This fabric was from Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn, and it's a viscose twill, and I just loved the colour of it. It's a really vibrant kind of petrol blue, and I went for the full length sleeve because I quite like that sleeve rolled up, and also kind of want a few pieces that will carry into the winter, so because I've got a lot of summer makes. So yeah, I mean, so many people have made the Zadie. It is just, once you make one, you want to make more and more, and I absolutely love it. The Zadie comes in size 6 to 28, UK 6 to 28. I didn't make any alterations. I think sometimes people need to add a little bit, you know, just to the crotch, so they add a little bit sometimes to the waistband or lower the bodice, but I didn't need to make any changes to it, and it just fits really nicely. This fabric was quite nice to work with. I mean, it's a little bit of movement when you're cutting, but yeah, it was really nice to work with, and it's just so soft. I'm quite fond of viscose twill because it's just that little bit heavier, but still has that lovely drape. So yeah, this is already getting a lot of wear. So next up, I think I gave a sneaky peek of this one in one of my previous videos, but I hadn't posted. So it was a Minerva brand ambassador make, so I hadn't posted it on their blog yet, so on the Minerva pages, so I couldn't share it. But this has become one of my favorite dresses. So I saw people making the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, and it looked really similar to a dress that I was drafting. I'd started drafting this dress with a shirt bodice, and it was looking a bit sack-like, and I put it away for a bit, and then the Lyra dress came out, and I thought, well, I could draft it or I could just make this one. So yeah, I made the Lyra dress in this fabric from Minerva. It's a Rico fabric. I'm a bit of a Rico fabric addict. I love their fabrics, and some of them are quite a bit lighter than quilting weight, so this one is really light to wear. It's really summery, so you can see the fabric here, and I just loved the plant print on it, and I loved the idea of having it on the tiers of the dress too. So I went for the short sleeved version, and I didn't go for the drawstring because I actually quite like the loose bodice, and I added some little splash of lilac because I just can't help a bit of contrast. It was like I had the green buttons, and I was like, oh no, lilac. So I've got the lilac buttons down the front, but yeah, I absolutely love this dress. And it was a lovely pattern, so like a lot of Tilly's patterns, lots of detail, you know, really good guide to making it. There was a couple of things that I wasn't sure were absolutely necessary. Yeah, she suggests that you cut one collar piece on the straight to grain and one on the bias. And I guess this might be useful with certain fabrics, but with the cotton it wasn't really necessary. I did it anyway, but it wasn't I don't think I really needed to. But you know, just having all those really clear instructions, even as someone who sews a lot, it's really nice to just have something that's so straightforward to follow. So that was really enjoyable. I made the midi length version and I didn't make any changes to the length. I think if I made it again, I might add a little bit more to the length, just to vary the style a little bit. But yeah, the length is fine, and I'm 5'6", so it's absolutely fine on me. But I will definitely be making more of these dresses, and I think I've got some kind of more blue viscose twill, which I will show you in a bit, that I might do in the winter for a nice winter version. So the Lyra dress comes in printed size 6 to 24 UK size, but there's PDF version there's 6. You can also get the 16 to 34 as a PDF. Right, so next up I got to choose a pattern for the fibre modelling party for the 15th edition, and I had this, I probably showed in a previous video, but I had this lovely viscose jacquard that I wanted something without too many seams so I could show off the print. So I saw the Fibre Mood Dolly, and that's what I went for. So you can see it here. I loved the big sleeve. I mean, Fibre Mood magazine do amazing sleeves, and this is one of them. The dress itself, in the pattern, it is kind of like an above the knee dress, and it's kind of, I think it's more suited to like a poplin or something that gives that sleeve the volume, nice cotton, light cotton. But I wanted to show off this print. In hindsight, I think I would maybe have made something else with this fabric, because I was really I love the print, and it's a little bit too drapey, but I still love the dress. So I went for the pattern. It's kind of above the knee, and I lengthened it a little bit, and that was the only change I made. It's a kind of a nice swanning around kind of dress, but yeah, I do absolutely love this fabric. So like all the Fibre Mood patterns, they have really quite a good size range. So it has extra small to XXXL, but that's kind of from a size 4, UK 4 to a 32. So kind of the highest hip measurement is 145, sorry, reading off the screen, 145 centimeters, and bust 146. So quite a good range with those. The only thing with the Fibre Mood patterns, if you use the magazine, you have to trace them off and add seam allowance, but they have got PDFs that you can print off as well, so you can buy them online as PDFs. So I finally made my poor husband a shirt for Father's Day. So obviously not my father, I made my father one for last Father's Day, but my boys helped pick some fabric in Ditto Fabrics, and I made him a shirt. Now the fabric, when I was in Ditto, I was speaking to Jill, the owner, and she was saying that there was a slight flaw in the print, but I didn't realise what it was. So the fabric print kind of went slightly at an angle, so when I cut it on the right direction for the grain, the print was slightly off, and you know, I think maybe it's only me that can notice it, but yeah, it's fine, and the fabric was cheap because of it. But I made a Maison Victor magazine pattern that I had for ages. I actually bought a pattern online and then remembered I had this one, and it's called the Bernie shirt, and here it is here, and it's a really nice pattern. I say at times the instructions, so you needed to ease the shoulder in, which is not perfect, and I think that wasn't clear in the pattern, which I knew when I saw it they had to, but they actually didn't explain that. Otherwise, yeah, pretty nice pattern. I think my husband has kind of asked next time to have you know, it's quite a loose fitting shirt because it's got the pleat in the back, and he's kind of asked for more fitted next time, so I'll make some alterations to it again, or maybe use another one. But yeah, I think he's pretty happy with his first ever shirt. And then my youngest has chosen the same fabric, so he is still waiting for his summer shirt, which I've bought a Burda, I'll show that in a bit, but a Burda pattern to make him one, and my eldest has chosen another fabric, so I'll show you those in a bit. My final make for June and July that I wanted to share with you, I've actually shared in previous videos, but as I said, I was working on this collaboration with the rag shop, and I chose a beautiful linen viscose from there to make a sundress, and this is the sundress that I made. It was based on, I'd seen a few sundresses that I liked, but there was one particularly in H&M that had a kind of open back and a bow on the back, and I really liked it, and I took some elements of that and some elements of my own design, and I drafted my own pattern, which is in the first video, and then I sewed the bodice in another and skirt in the last video. So it's got things like, in the video, if you're interested, it's got like how to add a ruffle to a strap, there's the tiered bottom, adding inseam pockets, kind of putting the bodice together, tracing off, facings is all in there. One of the videos in particular is quite long, but you might find things you're looking for in there if you know, if you need a kind of a guide to how to do those things. I'm really happy with it. I think I had wanted to make the dress in something like a poplin, because to get that bow at the back, I love the effect and I love the drape of the dress, but I think I made the bow as a little bit heavy on the back. But I'll definitely make it again because I'm really happy with the dress and the fit of the dress. So I think next time I'll make it in a poplin. But this fabric is absolutely stunning. It's just such a crisp white for the summer. I haven't been able to wear it yet because as soon as I finished and, you know, kind of had an opportunity to wear it, the weather changed. So I'm really hoping that it changes back. And I apologise for the change of weather because it's probably my fault for making a sundress. So I thought I would share with you how I plan. So I've tried different things. I keep lists of kind of the makes that I want to make, so I can kind of work through what needs to happen next. But this is my most useful tool. So I kind of print off photos of the designs that I want to make. And I have swatches of all the fabrics I've got in my stash, and then I just kind of move them around and add fabrics to them. Some don't have fabrics because there's just something that I think I might make that again at some point or soon, and kind of, yeah, things get moved and changed. But I've got kind of my current makes and things that kind of moved over there that have taken a back seat for the moment. But yeah, I find this a really useful way to kind of figure out what I've got going on and prioritize things a little bit. But yeah, I find this really helpful. So I will share a few of the ones that I'm thinking about working on quite soon. So first up, at the moment I'm working on a dress that I saw. Sometimes you see a pattern when it comes out and you just think, oh my gosh, I've got to make that. And it was the Elena wrap dress from Just Patterns when I saw that, and I think I wasn't alone. I think this is one of those patterns that people have just gone, oh my goodness, and there's been some beautiful versions. So I got some fabric from Minerva as gifted to write a blog on the Minerva brand ambassadors site, and I won't share the progress, but this it's another Rico fabric. Surprise, surprise. And when it arrived, it was a little bit heavier than the previous ones I've used. It kind of almost has like I would say, not a waxy, but almost waxy quality to it. So it's a bit heavier. So I thought it would actually work perfectly with this dress, which needs a little bit of structure. So I'm going to be making, yes, this one, the Elena wrap dress. But yeah, I won't share the kind of progress, but I'll show you the fabric. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using, and yeah, I will share that in next videos once I've finished it and uploaded my blog. So the next one is a fabric that I saw when I was working on my dress and really shouldn't be buying any more fabric and had enough to be sewing. I saw this in the rag shop and I just fell in love with it. It is a viscose. It's labeled as a viscose, but it feels a little bit like a viscose lawn, but it's really lovely kind of silkiness to it. But it's the colors. It's such a vibrant, like the pinks and the greens, and I just love it. And I wasn't sure what I was going to make, so I bought 3.5 meters because I keep finding I've got 3 meter pieces, and oftentimes there's a lot of these dresses that I really like or jumpsuits and they take just that bit more. So I bought 3.5 meters and then decided that I wanted to make the Vali dress, and I know that needs a little bit more structure in the sleeve, but I think this might work. Anyway, the plan at the moment is to make the Vali dress from pattern Fantastique, which comes in sizes, let me see, comes in sizes 6 to 26. But yeah, I think that's going to be a Vali dress. I may change my mind, but at the moment that's the plan. So I had all these other plans. I've got a lilac stripe up here that I had plans for a while ago. I think I did in one of my videos. I was going to use it for something, and then I never got around to sewing it. And I was going to make the Belle top from Peppermint from the latest magazine, so you can see it here. But I went into Ditto Fabrics recently, and as always happens in there, because my local sewing shop, but it's just got some lovely fabrics, I found this, and it was just behind the counter, and I just spotted it on the way in and was like, oh, look at this. So it's an Italian cotton, and it's quite light, but you can see it's got different, like a dobby on it, and it's kind of the primary colours, and then so it's red, yellow, green, blue, and a kind of a fawn colour. I don't know what's picking up the yellow there. There we go. So I'm thinking that now is going to become the Belle top, and I just need to decide whether to do the 1 ruffle or 2. Probably will do the 2 because, you know, ruffles, I love them, sleeves. So yeah, that will become that. And while I was in there, I've been thinking I really need to make some trousers because I'm making dresses and lovely summery things, and well, not that we've had much of a summer, but it's not going to be summer forever, and I need some trousers. So I have really liked, in the new Fibre Mood magazine there was a pair of trousers with a cross front that you can see here, and I will pop the name underneath because I can't remember the name right now, and I really like that crossover detail. I'm not sure if it work on me, so I'll either make those, or I've got between the two on my board, I've got a pair of balloon shaped jeans that I am taking a pattern from. They're a pair of Zara jeans, and I might try and replicate those, or they may even be on Title Touch Chandler pants. But I really like this. It's quite a light needle cord. I just love this colour green, and I actually bought some of this ages ago, and I made one of my boys a pair of I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a kind of a wide trousers from Fibre Mood, and it's not even picking up. Yeah, it's kind of like quite a vibrant green. So I think those are going to become either those jeans in, well, trousers, or the crossover trousers from Fibre Mood. But yeah, these might not happen straight away because I've got quite a few things to make, but that's the plan for that one. And as usual with these videos, I start to realize how much I'm planning to make. So this is, you know, this is why sometimes there's a little while before I do the next video, because it takes a while to get all these things done. But just like the shirt I made for my husband, I've got the same fabric for my youngest, who is turning 5 soon. and I'm going to make a short sleeve shirt from Burda pattern, so it's this one here, kind of the no frills, no buttons or bits on it, just not buttons, no little ties and things. So it's got, yeah, the short sleeve one, this really simple version. And my eldest, who is 6, really liked this one. They're both from Ditto again. He really liked this. So it's a little bit heavier cotton. I think it'll be fine for his shirt. So yeah, this is going to be his shirt if I get round to it. Maybe I need to make the next size up for them so they'll last next summer. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to those. If not, they'll have 2 new shirts next summer. So there's a lot more on that board, but I won't go through all of them because some of them are not the priority at the moment. But the last one I want to show you today, I really love the Peppermint magazine Vali jumpsuit. It's a free pattern, and it requires quite a lot of fabric. I think something like 3.8 meters to like 4.3 or something like that, depending on the size range. When I've looked at the pattern, I am within one size range for the bodice and another one for the hips, for the bottom, for the trousers. So I'm just trying to grade between the two at the moment. I was in my local charity shop that I really love for anyone who's Hove. It's on Portland Road, St. Vincent's. They have some really good stuff. And they had a pair of single bed sheets in cotton, and it's yeah, it's like a really light orange and white stripe, and I thought I would do a wearable toile in this. It's quite, I mean, it's a little bit of a heavy cotton, so the gathers on the front may not work, and I think maybe what I might try and do is, you can see here, here's the pattern, and it's got an elasticated waist all around. I may try and just elasticate up to near the center and leave the front flat. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be a wearable toile. These sheets are really wide and very long, and I think I will get the jumpsuit out of them, but that's the plan, to kind of make a wearable toile with those. But yeah, we shall see. It may become something else. So those are my plans for the near-ish future. I'd love to know what you think. If you've got any comments, please post them below. If any of the things that I've made you've got questions about, please pop your questions below. You can see my makes over on Instagram on what Naomi made. With the bits that I'm going to be working on, if there's anything that you think you would like to see in more detail or be helpful to see a YouTube video of, or even just parts of making it, yeah, please just pop in the comments and I can work on maybe putting together a video. The Helena wrap dress, I am working on it at the moment. I have to grade between sizes, and she suggests just altering the pleats, and if anybody's interested in seeing anything about that, yeah, please pop in the comments and I can put something together. But thank you for watching, and as always, I'll be really grateful if you like and subscribe, click the button, and yeah, I'd love to know what you hear. Thanks for watching. Bye.